Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari 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 Gopi Janavalabha Jaya Giri Varadari Jaya Giri Varadari Janavalabha Varadari Hare Gopi Janavalabha Jaya Giri Varadari Jaya Giri Varadari Gopi Janavalabha Jaya Giri Varadari Varadari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Naranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Jaya Pancha Tattva 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 Jaya Goranitai Jaya Goranitai Jaya Goranitai Jaya Goranitai Ranitai Goranitai Goranitai Jaya Goranitai Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Srila Prabhupada Shri Panchatattva ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Krishna, we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 24, Matsya, the Lord's Fish Incarnation. We read text 2 and 3. We will recite only text 2. Yad artam adadad rupam Matsyam loka jugupsitam Tamah prakriti durmarsham Karma grasta iveshvaraha. Yadartamada drupam. Matsyam loka jugupsitam. Tama prakriti durmarsham. Karma grasta iveshvaraha. Yadartamada drupam. Matsyam loka jugupsitam. Tama prakriti durmarsham. Karma grasta iveshvaraha. Yadartam adada drupam. Matsyam loka yugupsitam. Tama prakriti durmarsham. Karma grasta iveshvaraha. Yadartam adada drupam. Matsyam loka yugupsitam. Tama prakriti durmarsham. Karma grasta iveshvaraha. Okay, Mataji. Yadartam adada drupam. Matsyam loka jugupsitam. Tama prakriti durmarsham. Karma grasta iveshvaraha. Yadartam adada drupam. Matsyam loka jugupsitam. Tama prakriti durmarsham. Karma grasta iveshvaraha. Yat artam. For what purpose? Adadat. Accepted. Rupam. Form. Matsyam. Of a fish. Loka jugupsitam. Which is certainly not very favorable in this world. Tamaha, in the mode of ignorance. Prakriti, such behavior. Durmarsham, which is certainly very painful and condemned. Karma grasta, one who is under the laws of karma. Iva, like Ishvaraha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Etat, all these facts. Naha, unto us. Bhagavan, O most powerful sage. Sarvam, everything. Yatavat, properly. Vaktum arhasi, kindly describe. Uttama shloka charitam, the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarvaloka sukha avaham, by hearing of which everyone becomes happy. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. What was the purpose for which the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepted the abominable form of a fish, exactly as an ordinary living being accepts different forms under the laws of karma? The form of a fish is certainly condemned and full of terrible pain. O my Lord, what was the purpose of this incarnation? Kindly explain this to us, for hearing about the pastimes of the Lord is auspicious for everyone. Purport. Parikshit Maharaj's question to Shukadev Goswami was based on this principle stated by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata, abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. The Lord appears in each incarnation to save the world from irreligious principles, and especially to protect his devotees. Paritranaya sadhunam. Vamanadev, for example, appeared to save the devotee Bali Maharaj. Similarly, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead accepted the abominable form of a fish, he must have done so to favor some devotee. Parikshit Maharaj was eager to know about the devotee for whom the Supreme Lord accepted this form. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pashyate Shatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Good question by Maharaj Parikshit. Yesterday, Akrura Prabhu also gave a very nice question, which is very important. It's how can you surrender to God if you're not convinced that He loves you? Sometimes so for example, you have Jesus Christ who says, love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and so on. And then Christian says, you meet Christians, and then you ask them, do you love God? And they say, yes, I love God. And then you ask, do you know anything about God? And they say, oh, I don't know. No. I don't know. That's what they say. And then you're like, the obvious question is like, then how do you love Him? It's like saying, okay, there is some person in Africa, in Congo, that I really love, and then someone will ask me, I fell in love with this person, but have you seen this person? Did you talk to her? Do you know something about her? No, but I really love. It doesn't make any sense. So that's one reason why we have so many pastimes, so many information in Srimad Bhagavatam. That what is something about Krishna. We are supposed to learn how to love Krishna, but do you know something about Krishna? And Srimad Bhagavatam tells us many things about Krishna. And not only about Krishna, but about his relationships with his devotees, how he acts in different circumstances. And then you will, if we read all this, then we'll get to think, oh, maybe he's a nice person. Maybe I do want to have a relationship with him. So that's more or less the general idea of why we have so many pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam. Because actually, if you think, there's no other tradition where they have information about Krishna. In the Abrahamic traditions, they have this idea: God is big and strong, and He's in charge, and better watch out. If you do something that is not according to what He likes, He will just punish you. So there's this idea about God, which is, yes, it's true, but it's only one part of God, and this is not very attractive. Like you're not so much attractive. Oh, of course, this opulence is very attractive, but it's not so attractive if you have just someone who is powerful and he's just punishing everyone. You're like, what's this? Why? And Srimad Bhagavatam is trying to get us to higher aspect, which is the loving aspect, not just doing something out of fear, oh God will punish me, but getting to actually appreciate Krishna. Oh, nice. And when he comes, there's actually 3 reasons for his appearance. Generally, when Krishna comes, it's to protect the sadhus, the devotees, and to destroy the demons, and to protect dharma, religious principles. And acharyas say that actually the other two, the destroying the demons and protecting dharma, can be done also by his representatives. So main reason is to protect the devotees, and a bit more than that, to engage in loving exchanges with his devotees. So that's the main reason, and of course there's other reasons. And you can see also the most intimate form. God is not all powerful. He's not a king in Mathura. He's a cowherd boy in Vrindavan. So what he does the whole day long, he's just enjoying with his friends. And nobody cares in Vrindavan that he's God. Sometimes, sometimes they find out, but they don't take it so seriously. Like, oh, he's God. Oh, okay, whatever. And then just ignore it. And this fish incarnation is really somehow amazing. Maharaj Parikshit calls this the fish as an abominable form. You know, I don't know if you say it here, but in Romania you have this saying that you're as intelligent as a fish. You have this here? Something like it. Generally, the fish don't look very intelligent, you know, like so yeah.
We say we have a memory like a golden fish.
Memory like a golden fish. Yeah, something like this. And but still, sometimes Krishna appears in this form as a fish, and what you have to keep in mind is that Krishna is all powerful and completely independent. So that means he can do anything he likes. Anything. He's not subject to our considerations. Oh, he should come like this, he should do like this, he should... and he can do things in a really unexpected way. He likes to do things many times, many of the past times, you see it's something really unexpected. And of course, after it makes sense. You think, oh, this is completely logical. But before, you'll see that nobody was expecting that this would happen. Like I was studying chess for some time, and there was a world champion at some point, and he was playing these games. He had this strategic flow which was really amazing. You know, everything was so smooth. He would just move things in such a way and then just win. You know, but slowly and smooth, and when you would study his games, you say, "Whoa, it all makes sense." But when you try to play like him, you're like, you see, no, I cannot imitate. So Krishna sometimes is doing like this. When you see his pastime, you say, "Whoa, really, everything makes sense. Everything is in their proper place." But not before. You know, before you hear what he's going to do, you're like, no. So in here we have the description of the fish incarnation, and we have King Satyavrata, who also was a part of this, is he was engaged in austerities to please the Lord, and the Lord appeared for him in the most unexpected way. Like he probably would have expected to see different for the Lord appear in a different way, but no, Krishna appeared as a fish. Okay, and we will see the loving exchange between. It's a playful exchange between the Lord and King Satyavrata. So it's like in Hollywood, In Hollywood, in the movies, they have a plot, and then there's something which is really unexpected that is happening, and everyone is thinking after the movie. Wow, did you see that? Did you? Wow, really? I really didn't expect this ending. So Krishna is amazing, and he does many things just like this. You're like, wow. So, for example, Akura Prabhu spoke a bit about the 10 avatars, and if you see, there's really many amazing things that are happening there. Like Krishna wanted to had an itch. Itch means you have to scratch, and so he wanted to scratch, like. So he appears as Kurma avatar, and there's a whole pastime. They have a golden mountain, they have demigods, they have demons churning, because he has to be relieved of this itch. So it's a really playful, very playful pastime. And then you have the earth, which is falling in a dirty place. So then Krishna appears in a also very not very high class form, you would say. The boar is not really the most beautiful thing you would expect. Still, of course, whenever Krishna appears in this form, he's not under the laws of material nature, and this boar is really the most beautiful boar. But it's not what you expect, like it's not the earth is in a dirty place, and you would expect something else. But what he does, he appears as a boar, and not like ordinary boar. He appears as a little boar from the nostril of Lord Brahma. Yeah. So you like, if Lord Brahma was praying, probably it was quite a surprise for him. I'm just thinking, just imagine, like sometimes we think like, oh, this happened and this. But if you think, what happened? Lord Brahma was praying for a solution, and the Lord comes from his nostrils, a little boar. Probably he's a bit surprised, like. Really, this is the solution. So, and then yes, of course, and then this boar grows bigger, and so yeah, it's good that we don't say these kind of things in public programs, because we had our friend who was distributing Krishna book. Our friend he was from the Netherlands. So he said, Jeroen. And so he would say that start saying that he's a monk from Amsterdam. So after that, everything made sense, like people would think, oh, this pastime in Krishna books really makes sense if you're a monk from Amsterdam. Anyway, this is just a joke. So, okay. And when you hear these things, most of the demons think, oh, this is really impossible. Like this, he cannot do that. And sometimes there's this idea that God is everywhere, then why should you go to the temple or church? And then Srila Prabhupada says, well, if he's everywhere, then why should he not be in the temple? So, yeah, the idea is that the demons have this idea that they can limit God, that he cannot do that. He can do this, but he cannot do something else. And they always try to find some solution how to sidestep the arrangement of God. But actually it doesn't work. We can see that Hiranyakashipu was trying to find, to trick God somehow. He had this, was making these austerities, and then Lord Brahma came and he asked for a benediction, and he was like, okay, I want to be immortal. And Lord Brahma said, sorry, I'm not immortal either, so maybe you can ask something else. And then he asked for different things. I don't want to be killed by humans, by animals, by demigods, by this, by that, by not in the day, not in the night, and so on, and so many things. And then he thinks, oh, I got it. You know, like it's God cannot do anything to me now because I have this benediction. And what is really interesting is that because these benedictions are given by his devotee, then he's not going against these benedictions. He's not saying, "Oh, you're a demon. I will just kill you as I like." No. But he's finding a way how to do something different, something really unexpected. Something Hiranyakashipu is not expecting. And then when Hiranyakashipu sees this form, half human, half lion, he's looking and he's really surprised. He's like, oh, really? What is this? Shipancha Tattva ki jai, Shigornitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So it's always something new, something different, something amazing. You can, or you can see the appearance as Lord Vamanadev. The demons take over the universe, and then they ask for a solution. And what is the solution? The solution is a little dwarf brahmachari. You know, there's a big war going on. The demigods are very powerful, and the demons are even more powerful. And what's Krishna's solution to this? A dwarf brahmachari, a little brahmachari, and yeah. He solves the situation in a really unexpected way. You know, like you wouldn't expect that he would do that, but he just solved the problem in a very nice way. They're like, oh, wow. And of course, as Lord Parashuram, he just kills everyone. So we don't talk about it today. And then you have Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra is the perfect king. He's following Dharma no matter what happens, and that's what we can learn. But his life from a material perspective is really a tragedy. Not everything is going all right. And you can see that you can learn that you cannot fix things in the material world. You can try. Even Lord Ramachandra cannot fix, apparently, cannot fix everything in the material world. So, and then you have Ravana also, who is also thinking, oh, I will become immortal. And Ravana, when he was asked he tried to have a similar scheme how to become immortal. And then he was not asking about he didn't ask not to be killed by humans and animals, because he thought, oh my God, I mean, that's insignificant. On his level is like you would not ask to not be killed by an ant. No, because it's inconceivable that an ant will come and kill you, you know. So you don't ask for such a benediction. You don't think, oh, okay, maybe. If you think, okay, I can die in a car accident, someone can kill me, I can have a heart attack, I can do this, but you don't pray for a benediction that the one ant will not kill me, because you know it won't happen. So then Lord Ramachandra, what he's doing? He's appearing as a human, exactly what Ravana is not expecting, and more than that, he's in exile, and if he's in exile, he could go back to Ayodhya and summon the royal army, but he doesn't do that. He just attacks Ravana with an army of monkeys, bears, and animals, you know, which have no weapons. None of these monkeys have any weapons, except for Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman. They have no weapons. They are just taking trees and stones and throwing. Of course, I mean, if we're to be honest, these are not normal monkeys. They are actually Vanaras, and they can jump like 100 kilometers, few hundred kilometers. Yeah, so it's not normal monkeys. We should not think that these are normal monkeys. But he chooses to do things in a really unexpected way. You know, like not what you would expect. And it's really nice that he can work with monkeys, you know, like we were doing this Ram Navami tour, and there's sometimes I really feel like a monkey, and I cannot jump 100 kilometers or something, but the other things maybe. There's one story from the Ramayana which is really dear to me, because sometimes I feel like a monkey. So the monkeys they go to find Sita, and on the way back after finding Sita, they reach a certain forest. It's called Madhuvan, and there they behave like monkeys. This forest actually belongs to Sugriva, and there's someone in charge of some guardian to the forest, and this guardian is in charge that everything is smooth in the forest, and Hanuman and his associates, they just come and they drink the honey, they destroy everything, you know, like they just behave like monkeys. And this general, which is in charge of this forest, is really trying to stop them. What you're doing? This is Sugriva's forest. You cannot do this. And Hanuman and his associate, they really beat him, you know. They beat him, and then he goes to complain to Sugriva, like Sugriva, you know, and this and that, and they did this in the forest, and they were drinking all the honey and destroying everything, and then Sugriva, when he hears this, oh, Hanuman is back, you know? Oh, they are back, and they are in a joyful mood. They were also a bit drunk from all this honey. They were also a bit drunk. So, and then Sugriva said, "Oh, they must have found Sita, otherwise they wouldn't behave like this, you know." So Sugriva is really happy to, they came, we must inform Lord Ramachandra very fast. So this is, for me, this story is very dear because it talks a bit about the mood of Krishna, of Lord Raman. That they don't see our monkey behavior sometimes. Of course, this doesn't mean that we should behave like monkeys, but sometimes we do, like because we are so conditioned. Sometimes we do, but he takes. Oh, he's doing some service. He's doing such a nice service. Like a classical example is Putana. Putana was coming to Krishna to kill him. Huh? And but Krishna, what did he accept from her? He said, "Oh, she has come to breastfeed me, so she must want to be my mother." So Krishna is really good at extracting, the devotion service from whatever else we do. As I said before, this doesn't mean that we have to act like monkeys. But still, Krishna has this mood that he's really kind. He's like, oh. So it's really nice that he can work with monkeys. Sometimes we go and we really feel unqualified. Sometimes we feel qualified, and that's a problem. But sometimes we really feel unqualified. Like we go for Harinam, and we're like, we don't have anyone to properly play the mridanga, and we have no one to do that, and we have no one to do that, and we go anyway. You go anyway. Okay, no one will play. We don't have mridanga today. No problem. Or you don't have accordion. You just take some kartals and some mridanga, and you just play. You just chant Hare Krishna, and it's really amazing. And this time when you feel like so unqualified, this is the best times sometimes. Because you just go there and you're unqualified, and then you're forced. Oh, I have to depend on Krishna. I really have to depend on Krishna. Sometimes I think, oh, okay, now we have this, and we can, everything is under control. Krishna, he can come. If he comes, it's good. If he doesn't come, I will manage. But when you're in this position that you really feel unqualified, then you really pray to Krishna. You're really praying to Krishna. Oh, Krishna, now we really need you. Please come. If you can do something, that would be really nice. Because sometimes we have these ideas that in Harinam we have to have this, we have to have accordion, we have to have mridanga, we have to have. But most important in Harinam and Sankirtan is that we have to have Krishna. This is the key ingredient. It's not the others. Of course, the others are very good if they are there. It's but the key ingredient is if you have Krishna. So just to try to sum up. So Krishna is doing all the activities sometimes in an amazing way, but most important is that it's always for the good of everyone. If you see how he does his activity, it's always good. It's unexpected. It's not what we would expect him to do, but it's always the right thing, and it's good mood to have that. I don't understand his plan, but he knows better. he probably knows what he's doing. He's arranging things. Many times you have this that you don't understand what he's doing, but after some time you see how the whole picture, and then you're like, wow, that's really nice. That was really nice. I didn't see it from the beginning where it was going. So this doesn't mean that we don't have to plan. It means that yes, we can plan. Like there's different mindsets in regard to planning. There's this mindset someone in ignorance doesn't plan. He's like, que sera, you know. Or their carpe diem, live the day, you know. Whatever will happen, you know. And in the mode of passion, they are thinking, people are making plans, and they are sure that everything will go according to the plan. The universe will fit in his little plan, you know. Like that's mode of passion. But in mode of goodness, still you make some plan. And then, but you're also open to see that the adjustments by Krishna, because you make some plan, and then Krishna will give you some indications that maybe here you can do like this, you know, because there's this verse, Tesham satatam yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite, which says that when you try to please Krishna, he will give you the intelligence. He will give, many times he gives some hints. You do some service, you start in some way, and then Krishna will give you some hints and some intelligence to see, maybe you do it like this, you know, not like this, like this a bit. Okay. So that's good. And also when you go out and preach, experience is that you just start doing something. You just plan yes, of course you plan something, and then you're also open to see how Krishna will inspire you. Like we're always planning for these tours, and we have a general idea what we want, where we want to go, because of course we want to chant Hare Krishna, and that people hear, and that they take some books. So we want to find out where the people are. And you have a general idea. Oh, there's these shopping centers, there's coffee shops there you can usually find. But it's always something else happens, you know. Like many times you have to be open. Oh, well, we have this route, but there are so many people here, so why go somewhere else, you know? Or you have this route, but like we were in Velenia, and we had some route, but I mean, on the paper it looked, but I wasn't really sure if we're going in the right direction or something like that. We were in the right direction. And then we took some kids. We asked some kids. There was some school there. And there were some kids, like, I don't know, 10 years old probably. And so we asked, oh, where's the people? How is the center? Where can we find this and that? And then they were guiding us. Oh, look, you can come here. Just follow us. Yeah. You can come here. Yes, this is the bar. And then they guided straight to the center, to some places. And there was a big health fair or something like this. There was many people. They were I don't know if they were selling something. They were promoting something, and there was loud music. Anyway, the loud music was not so good for us. But you know, like Krishna provided a different way, because we were planning to go somewhere else. But then these kids, they just took us and they guided. Oh, come here. Yeah, let's go. And there is so many people, and then they just left. You know. So yeah, it was really nice. Okay, just to sum up, the idea is that Krishna is really amazing. He's doing things in a way that we don't expect most of the time, but it's good for us eventually. And if we hear his activities in Srimad Bhagavatam, we can be convinced. Oh, he's such a nice person, such an amazing person. Wow, he's doing that and that. So then we can develop this faith in him, and then some appreciation, if not love, eventually. So yeah, that's it. Okay, I'll just stop here if there are some questions, concern, complaints, comments.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. I like Ramayana.
You like?
Yes, so much. Thank you that you mentioned that. Maybe you know, maybe you can explain two things that I don't understand from Ramayana. Like example, there is so many things that is applicable in daily spiritual life. But like example, if Ramayana explain what is perfect king, why? Because hardly anybody now can be king. I mean, like a devotee. Hardly anyone can have service to be king, and have citizenship in any country. Even among devotees, temple president is not king. Temple president is something different. So, what is purpose of knowing what is perfect king? That is like my question.
Well, the idea is what you can learn from Ramayana is how to behave according to Dharma. And no matter what happens, you behave according to Dharma. Because there's this temptation that you adjust. Like we'll just make it lighter, Or you go and preach, and you preach from Srila Prabhupada's books, and then you preach a bit from what people want to hear, and then more from what people want to hear, and then and then you just forget. Oh, there was something in Prabhupada, and many other things. You can play some tricks to bring people, but. Lord Ramachandra, he's the example of someone who does his dharma no matter what, because the problem is that even this is not even on spiritual level. This is on karma kanda level. Even on karma kanda level, you can see that if you behave properly, then the results will eventually come. But the problem is that there's a time factor in this karma reactions, and these reactions will come later than you expect. So in many cases you see I'm doing this and the results are bad. No? It happens all the time, and then you continue to do the good thing and then the results are bad, and you continue to do the good things and the results are bad, and you're like, oh my God, I will just stop doing this, But no, that's what we learn, because the good results will eventually come up. They will come up. That's not a question. But you just need to do the right thing no matter what. That's the main lesson we can learn from Lord Ramachandra.
It will come in this life.
Maybe not even in this life. Maybe in next life. But it will come, there's many stories, in most of the Karma Kanda section is, I have a lapsus, I cannot, but they are in this way, they are like some people, usually kings, that do something and everything turns out bad, and they continue to do their duty, and they continue to do their duty, and then you see eventually everything works out fine, like this life or the next life he becomes a demigod or something,
Thank you. Thank you. Another one, when duty of Lord Ramachandra was to listen, hiddenly one sits and think about him. What we can learn about that, in sense that citizenship, I mean, people will always talk about something and always complain about something, and it will always be something I need. How to, and Lord Ramachandra tried to fulfill all desires, but what we can learn from that, it is not possible to fulfill all desires of a citizen. Tricky question, little, but how to apply it to the,
well, there's some things. One part is that Lord Ramachandra was also concerned about what people think, and not only what, because sometimes we can say that in my heart it's something and I can behave however I like, you know. And they says there is Prabhupada says this: the Caesar's wife should be above suspicion. So we can learn how to, that we should behave in such a way that we don't. We're not going to be criticized. Of course, we're going to be criticized anyway, but we should still try that to behave like a perfect gentleman in a way that people will, we will not give reasons for criticism. People will criticize anyway. And satisfying others. Well, I mean. There's you know, because most of the citizens there, they were pious. So also temple president, he has this concern. Okay, how to make sure that everyone is in the best position to practice devotional service. So of course he will be open to hear whatever devotees have to say, but you know, it doesn't mean that he will also be open to hear what Krishna wants to say and his authorities. So like this, I don't know.
How I understood your comment, you like to say that, like devotees, we should really do our best to show the best example.
Yes.
How devotees should behave. That is the point from.
Yeah. Oh, tough questions.
Avadutta Das. In many pages of Bible, God is seen as very cruel person. How people can love a cruel God?
Well, they can't. I'm not an expert in the Bible, so I will let someone who is an expert to comment.
Another question is, did Lord Ramachandra perfect karma kanda? So you spoke a little about karma kanda, and just to make it clear, about karma kanda and Ramayana.
Yes, many of the things in Ramayana or Mahabharata are, as far as I understand, on the level of karma kanda. You know, like this duty to the father is not transcendental. So that's my understanding, but I don't want to speculate so much. Okay.
If nobody else have a question, my last question would be, you said that Krishna is independent and do things out of any expectation. So if we have some desire, spiritual desire or even material desire, And if Krishna don't fulfill that, I need the answer out of your experience. How you feel and what you do in that case when you have something and Krishna decide to not fulfill that. What is your, inner motive way? How you deal with that? Because that is question in my life. I very often contemplate how to deal with that when Krishna don't fulfill my desire.
You can always think that probably he has a better plan. It's hard right then to be like, but it's also good when he takes something, when he puts you, especially the best time of my life, best time, the time when the japa was most intense, when I was in a really difficult situation. So my japa was really focused, and it was not only focused but prayerful. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna. I was really like that because I was in a difficult situation, and but now it's not so. Krishna Krishna. So it's good. Sometimes it's good that Krishna puts us in a difficult situation and doesn't give us what we want, and we can continue to pray. And if we continue to pray for a long time, then probably he will accomplish that desire in some way. But the best is that you just accept that. Okay, I don't know. It's not good for me. Okay. He's the boss, yeah. Okay, thank you. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.